Hello, my name is Andrew Vanden Heuvel, and what I'd like to get at today, I might get off onto some different topics here and there, just because my mind's really been racing the last few days, and a big inspiration to me has put out several videos or not several, but a few videos over the last few days, and Raymond Karchevsky, and it was just really touching home in the depth of things that we haven't really gotten ourselves into, that we got into through birth, but we keep on reiterating it and manifesting it, and we can stop doing it. But what I really want to get at today is the level of it, of the lie that we keep on reiterating and thinking it's true. And we can keep on telling the truth about a lie, like in my last video, to where people think that George Washington was the first president, and I established how that was that was the start of our conditioning as a country. A country has to have a ruler, a nation has to have a ruler, when this is just part of the lie that was put upon us as a truth. So you see the dichotomy there, the truth about a lie. And this is all part of a legal fiction, okay? The United States of America. It's become a title. This is just a thing. It exists in the intellect, the part of the mind, and this is where the stronghold of this lie lies, inside of each American's mind, because this is taught to us. And what also I have talked about, and Raymond talks about a lot, is that the intellect is Satan. It breaks us. It breaks us away from the now. It breaks us away from the truth. And when we can get beyond our intellect, our trained, satanically ruled intellect, past who's president, who started this country, past the idea, the thought of country, even, I think we're really going to start breaking some ground, because right now they keep on reiterating the lies of instilling the fear. Right now there is so much pressure, so many lies going out there, just to have people attached to this thing, this word, this intellectual idea of government is here to save you, and the media is giving you all the truth, and social media is going to make sure that you don't get anything that is not true, and all these are based in lies. It's truth about a lie. So how much truth are you really getting? really the only truth that you need is that it's a lie, and we should start working ourselves out of that lie instead of reiterating it. Keep on manifesting it, and the more we manifest it, the harder it's going to be for our children to grasp and get out of it. And if we're caught in these lies and keep on keeping it going, then we're manifesting a satanic world. And this is kind of like I was kind of tuning in. I've been tuning into the Big Sib is his name, and he uses scripture to kind of validate a lot of what's going on and has been going on since the beginning of the Bible, and even before that, because it had to be going on for the Bible to be written about it. And I've told you that there's many layers of the Bible. It's coded so many different ways, but he's really making a lot of sense with what I'm talking about as far as a lot of the contracting laws and how our intellect has been trained, the satanic intellect has been trained from the get-go. So the virtual reality, everybody's thinking like, oh, this is coming, or this is what the future is, what we're going to be manifesting in the future. And it's already manifested. It already has its roots dug deep into the ground, and we're all of the sprouts of it because we watered that seed of lie. This is a virtual reality. We believe money is valuable, a lie. We base our lives off of that lie, and it's virtual. It's virtual money. It has no substance. And another thing I was kind of another thought of this is, and I keep on saying it too, which is probably why my view count and stuff, besides me being a newer channel, it gets such low views, because this sounds mind-blowing. It sounds absolutely ridiculous to somebody that has buried their roots deep into this lie and have built their entire lives off of this lie. So I say that, okay, stop paying your taxes, stop paying your house payments, stop supporting these banks, this economic system that is backed by no substance. It has no real value other than the intellectual ideas, the satanic ideas that only rest inside the mind. And then we manifest it through this 3D realm that we're all part of. But that is how Satan works. It's subtle. We got to get them to believe this lie. And then we got to put them through the schools to reiterate and validate and really get this, get their house, their temples, built on a foundation that we want them to build on. Not necessarily a foundation of stone, because their foundation is weak. Their foundation is built upon the sand, the waters, admiralty, law. And they know that if people start figuring this out, their foundation is going to crumble. It's going to wash away, So when people start seeing other people with their temple and their house built on a solid stone, on solid ground, and they're unmovable, then all these people that have that see this, that have built their houses on sand, this lie, start seeing the house built on stone, they're the snowball effect is going to start melting. Right now it's huge because they've got so many people trapped inside of this lie, this perpetual lie that keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because that's what it needs to do to keep them people in that gravitational pull. But this whole economic, people are worried. Let me get back to that. Like I said, that we're going to be a little bit of everywhere. But what are people going to do? What are people in the banks going to do? For one, I'm nobody that needs to tell anybody what they're going to do. For one, because these are things that we need to figure out. But they do have a place as far as economics, and they handle this false idea of money. Why can't they handle a true idea of money? Vegetables, for example. We need to know what this city of 400,000 people need to, how many vegetables we need. There's so many of this, so many families here. We have them populations. These are economics with substance. Actual resources that can be used and traded with other communities or other cities. So I'm not saying that all of this intellectual mind is bad. We have a false concept of Satan, for one, and that's driven through our religion and the false teachings of the Bible. So what we need to do is start throwing them false ideas that are based in these lies and reiterate these lies. We need to start throwing them out. These banks, these churches, the states, the whole title of things, and this is another way of looking at it. Okay, so I touched on the economics of what these people building the roads to people in the banks and stuff, if it collapsed. For one, I didn't pick the job to go into a foundation made of sand. These are the people that have built their houses on this foundation of sand that could crumble, and they're going to lose their status as, I work in a bank, or I have millions of dollars because I have thousands of acres. Them thousands of acres ain't yours. They're not yours. They're everybody's. So that's a part of the ego, the trained intellectual, satanic intellectual ego, to think that you have this right, which is a false right, to deny people access to property. And that is an infringement of our unalienable inherent rights. Okay. Where was I? I was getting into something before I got off onto that tangent, that little run. But see, this is where I need to write things down, because I have, like I said, my mind was just kind of everywhere this morning, and it was like, I really need to get some of this out, so maybe my mind can rest a little bit. And I know these videos kind of get my mind working even more, because it's like, oh, you left this out, and that's where you were getting to. But, going to continue to make them. It's just when people jump into these videos like me right now, and they're not going to have any pre-ideas of what this channel is established on or about or anything. But here we are at 15 minutes, so I guess I'm just going to leave it there, and maybe it'll come to me later of what I was getting at as far as the depths of the lie and the characters, this legal fiction. That's what I was getting to way before I got off onto everything else in the economics and stuff. Okay, the legal fiction. Okay, characters. The first character is the state or the country, the state of mind. This fiction needs to validate itself through characters. I was just talking with my 7-year-old last night about this, because I was like, okay, this is what the false illusions that were established on. And this whole thing of titles and registration, and then registering these titles to validate the lie, which doesn't stop the lie from existing. We just live it out. But, we go to court. Say we go to court. Or even your jobs. But anyways, we're going to use the court example. So this court is Judge Michaels. This is how we can tell that we're in a fiction already, because these are characters. Is this guy's name or lady's name Judge Michaels in the beginning? Is President Trump's name even President Trump? No, supposedly it's Donald Trump. But that in this judge, his name isn't even Judge Michaels. It would be his name. And that's why when I start my videos, I say, my name is. It's not, I am this. That would be reiterating the lie that we're born into. My name is. I've made a separation from the satanic world of the name that gives this lie value, or the reiteration of it to keep it perpetuating. I've separated myself from that world. That world's over here. I am this. This is all I can be. I can present myself. There's no representation, because when you get into representing, you're over here in this satanic world. You're in this judge world, this manufactured mammon. You're in this world of illusions that only exists in the intellectual mind, the satanic world of illusions on paper. Of course, we bring it to manifestation, but this is the house made on sand. You can collapse that house and start building it with the I am world. I am this. You can use the I am world with substance that has real reality in it. It's not based in illusion. It can be based in substance. Property, your property, what you own, the ideas that you come that's based in sustainable resources. A great example of sustainable resources is hemp. Because I'm an advocate for it, but it has such a valuable use. They've made plastics out of it. They've built cars out of it. But, these are resources that we can get away from the money system, the illusion system of this fiat currency, and start basing our stuff in substance. And I'm not saying that it's just hemp, but you can use fuels for it. You can have energy from it. We don't even need the energy companies really, but the people working for the energy companies can keep on working for them. I mean, people that if they're doing a job that they like to do because it supplies energy for a family that needs it. We've all come accustomed to having things like electricity and things like that, but we can use them until people start discovering, like, oh, I can have hemp, a hemp generator that runs on the fuels of it out in the country, and out in the middle of a cornfield, out in the middle of this 1,000 acres that somebody thinks they own. You without running power lines, without tapping into any type of outside without tapping into this illusion world where you have to have this money, this valueless substance, and you can create your own substance that has value, then I think we need to start shifting our way of thinking into this substance-based world. But, I don't know. Boss man's pulling up. You see his lights. I'm a little late getting in. So, I'm going to leave it here. I'll, hopefully this gets people thinking, at least, of how we can start getting away from the illusion. See you soon.